Welcome to Taiwan Talk. I'm Trevor Tortomasi, and this week I'm speaking with Aleksandra Avli, CEO and founder of Her Online Network, HON, also known as HON. HON is a company that encourages and facilitates networking for professional women and people who identify as women. So, Aleksandra, can you start by telling us what HON is all about?
HON is about creating a safe space, connecting women to their values, both personally and professionally. And I think, for us, location really doesn't matter. Women helping women to navigate this thing called life, it's what HON is all about.
You and the company have roots in Sweden. How did you decide that Taiwan was going to be one of your next steps?
To be honest, we don't decide on where to be. It's very much the local community decides that they need us where they are. Yes, as of today, our headquarters is in Stockholm, so our biggest community is in Stockholm, but we also have presence in Helsinki, in Oslo, in London, in Amsterdam, in Munich, in Barcelona, and in Taiwan. And so we had our amazing city leader, Angel, in Taiwan, asking to open up HON because she saw a need in Taiwan. And that is kind of how we orientate ourselves, by members seeing that, I want to open up this type of community in my city, and I want to be the city leader and organize meetups and host events and connect women to one another.
Let's talk about exactly what HON looks like. How does it work? Can you give us a quick walkthrough of the experience?
So we have a feed where it's the ask and give, which are our values. So in our feed, members can post any kind of direct question that they have, that they feel that the community should, respond to. And this is in terms of not following, not befriending anyone. Everyone in the community is equally visible to everyone. So it doesn't really matter where you're putting your ask from. We are trying to navigate that the community helps in finding resources to give back to your answer. And that is everything that our feed is all about. And then we have the community tab, and this is where you find all members in your city that you are located in. And here you can search for members. You can search by industry, you can search by tagline, you can search by title. And here's where you can find like-minded women in your field or industry. Or if you're looking for accountant or a business developer or marketing professional, maybe someone you are looking to recruit, it is in the community tab. And then we have the Learn tab, which is where we're hosting our online events as of today. We're inviting everyone in the community to participate in talks that we from our community leaders' voice are hosting, together with our members or solo. And here is where we really try to navigate the variety and diversity of our community in, bringing up topics that are a little bit uncomfortable or that we know that women have a need to collaborate on. And then we have your profile. And your profile is so much consisting of not being like your LinkedIn. We really want to complement LinkedIn. And with that, we want to showcase, what's your story? Who are you? And why are you in HON? And how can we best help you forward? Therefore, our profile is very much uniquely curated to who you are and not what you have done.
What made you decide to start this brand?
I never envisioned personally that I would be building a company when I was a teenager. I'm of the age of 34 today. And, back in those times, I was checking out boxes of, should I become a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse? These more classical occupations. And I chose that I wanted to become the Prime Minister of Sweden, or even actually the Foreign Minister. I emigrated to Sweden at the age of 6 during the Balkan War of 93-94.
Oh, wow.
And with that history in my backpack, I had this beautiful dream of changing the world so no one, including my own family and every other communities out there, would never be affected by war at the same position as my family did. And I navigated through school and everything else like a great student does. And I finished university and I got recruited to work at the Foreign Ministry of Swedish department, the department that works with foreign questions, everything that has to do within foreign politics. And I very soon also moved to Brussels to work at the European Parliament. to really get a close-up of European politics. And there I started to experience that we as women professionally were not treating one another well, or at least definition of well can be different in the eyes of many, but for me, it was that we were competing with one another in our office spaces. And I got very close up to that experience with being bullied by other colleagues in my office. And I could never, ever fully understand why women were treating one another this way, while looking at the men in their natural form and navigation. They were helping one another. They were navigating life with one another. They were sharing advice with one another. And as women, it just looked to me that we've been taught that there's scarcity, that there's no room for us all, and that we have to compete about the positions that are visible and available for us. And within this culture, I pretty much decided that I cannot live like this, nor as a professional, nor as a woman. And I moved back to Sweden and started building Han.
I'm curious, is there a sort of currency of exchange through this platform? Because I've learned that the platform is free. How do you encourage people? How do you give people motivation to give to others if they have nothing to ask?
I think that's something that we really saw as an obstacle in the beginning, that, oh my God, how do we build something where people are just, giving their free time to us? And I think that it became very easy for members because they were not obliged to do anything. They were not obliged to do anything in return, neither to Han nor anyone else. The only thing they had the ability to do is to respond if they could give someone the advice that someone was asking for or not. So we made the platform free because we feel that it doesn't really matter what your financial situation is. It matters, what kind of table you want to build that allows other women to sit at. But we have, of course, a business plan. And as every company, you need to survive financially to be able to build such a system that we acquired to build. We see that a lot of members are asking for advice in terms of peer-to-peer recommendation, and that's amazing. But it also comes to a point where they need more than just advice. And this is where we're plugging in services, service providers, as we call them, or also Han experts. So in terms of professional coaching, in terms of connecting with fertility clinics, in terms of connecting with relationship coaches, with beauty experts, with professional career coaching, etc. And these service providers are our partners.
What other questions do you find people are asking often, or what other things do you find a lot of women are looking for?
I see that they're looking for meaning. I see that they're looking for values. I see that they're looking for their pure passion, or most importantly, their sense of belonging as women. To go back to my philosophy thinking again, this world hasn't really been designed for women. It's been designed for a man in every aspect or every industry or every level of politics. And I think that women are extremely craving for a space of their own to find what is meaningful to them and how can they connect with like-minded and feel that they're not alone. Find support in womanhood. I really see Han as this Italian phrase of nonna. I'm part Italian, so for me, it's something that I was brought up with. Nonna has all your tender and care. Nonna will take care of you. Come to Nonna when you need Nonna. And I see Han as that trusted Nonna. We're really building a new way of trusted internet. So merits and status is not something that we value our members on. We value our members on the power of giving her energy to others and the power of the values that we have around ask, give, learn, and inspire. And for us, role models are every single woman in Han, because we are creating the next generation of leaders out there.
Focus on aspirations and not the merits.
Exactly.
There are a lot of male-dominated industries. As you said, we are living in a world that is unfairly imbalanced toward male-dominated industries. Do you try harder to encourage women to pursue work in male-dominated industries, maybe such as programming and engineering, to increase equality and create progressive role models, or do you focus more on just supporting professional growth in general?
I think we focus on both. And I think that from the perspective of we need more women in male-dominated industry. But the thing is, like, if you look to the facts and the data, those women are leaving their jobs. And here comes analyzes Alex. Why are they leaving their jobs? Why are they not pursuing this male-dominated industries? Because they don't recognize themselves as women in the culture that is made for men. And another leg is when she becomes a mother, she can't handle being a fighter constantly in her everyday life, because that's what women need to go through with being in male-dominated industry. We need to be soldiers. We need to, change the culture while we are working. I mean, if you think of that, who wouldn't be exhausted as a woman or a person in general, being faced to take two battle wars at the same time? I call myself leader, and I think other calls also call me as a leader, and that's been something that I've been having a hard time with, because, what is a leader and what is put on my shoulders that I need to perform in that role? And I would never have been able to go through my struggles in being a CEO in a tech-dominated industry and creating a value-based, female-orientated platform if I didn't get support. And my support has been, my coaches. My coaches have been helping me in terms of navigating what obstacles that I personally need to overcome within me to be able to navigate my work and my life in a more authentic way.
How exactly does Han help people connect in the range of pursuing careers versus niche interests?
So in terms of careers and niche interests, we have roundtable groups for specific industries, which every member in Han can open up if they find that there is not the industry that she is looking for. And within these roundtables, it's pretty much like a chat group where you connect with women that are within the same industry or interest. And then it's very much up to the members to be creating the content and the conversations that inspire them and connect with one another over chats and DMs in the app. We're not matching members as of today, and we're not introducing them in anywhere where we are telling you your suggested friends. But that's definitely something that we plan on building in the future. Usually have a product that you present immediately as your finished one. In our sense of building a community, we really wanted to co-create with members and ask them what we can do to fill the needs in terms of personal and professional, and building those features for them. It really doesn't matter which location you are in. So, for example, our city leader, Angel, in Taiwan, she navigates through these values because these are the values of, humanhood. These are the values that we need integrating in our everyday lives. And we see that definitely happening now in the world of COVID, where people, when you just strip us off of everything that is a status or something that wasn't really necessary to have in our life, you go back to who am I and what can I do for someone else.
Are there any successes that you'd like to celebrate here as an example?
My personal success and my professional one are completely two different things. And for me, my personal success has been discovering that I can really do and achieve anything that I fully and obsessively believe in, while staying true to the core of authenticity and myself. And this was something that I was a little bit afraid of while, starting the entrepreneurial journey, that I will need to mold after my fellow CEO friends and become a CEO in the type of, how would you say, values that I didn't believe in. So personally, I was afraid of becoming someone that I didn't want to be. And this journey has really taught me that I didn't do that. I stick to being myself, and I stick to representing myself all the way. And my professional, in terms of Han, milestones reached, Jesus, there are so many, but the biggest one is finding the team that I want to work with every single day, and that is the team locally in Stockholm, and that is the team with all our global city leaders. These are women that are, alongside their full-time jobs, operating as city leaders and building their local communities out of the passion and the true will to see that, it really makes a difference when you gather and network and build communities around values. And I forever stay grateful for them for doing that. I don't know any other business that can operate in such an authentic way. I mean, my biggest thank you will go to Angel for making sure that you and I could have a conversation today, and for the amazing work that she's doing in Taiwan. And she's really making the world feel very small. I mean, we in Europe are sitting and looking at everything that she's creating with her Taiwan community, and it really makes us feel even more that it doesn't matter where we are on this planet. We all have the same needs, and I think that we need more platforms like that. And I really want to send my biggest gratitude to Angel for establishing Han in Taiwan.
Okay, well, thank you for talking today. Yeah, women gotta stick together. Go check out Han, H-O-N, Her Online Network. And thank you to the amazing Aleksandra Avli for helping Han empower women in Sweden, Taiwan, and all over the world. And thank you for listening to Taiwan Talk, and see you next time.